Hello everybody, I'm back. So that took a while to upload, but in some ways I'm kind of glad that it did, because that way it will give everybody a chance to review that and see if they want to come to part 2. And I really hope that you have. Excuse me, I am going to take a quick drink of water. I should have done it before I turned on the camera. I knew I should have, but I did not, and I am so sorry. Excuse me. Thank you. See if I need a tissue. I have the sniffles. Anyway, back to our matchbook. Now, I have to tell you, well, first of all, I hope you're all having a great Saturday, because I am. I really do hope that you're having a great Saturday. I have so much inspiration. I've been writing and writing and writing and writing. But before, when I turned off the camera, I did decide, as you can see, I have some clips. I did decide to choose some papers, to put here and there. And I did end up doing some slow stitching while it was uploading, because I just love slow stitching and I don't really have a lot of opportunity to do it, because I just don't do it. I don't take the time. It's not that I don't have the time, I just don't take the time, so I did do some slow stitching on that piece of fabric. Very simple slow stitching. It's just like some cross stitching and so I did some slow stitching, and I did put some clips. Oh, this one I did in blue. I just thought it looked pretty. I went looking for this color, but that needs to be snipped. I'll snip it later. I did go looking for this color, but I was taking too long, and I just thought, just go with the blue. It's right there in front of you. And so I did. And every aqua that I pulled out was either way too dark, almost like a green, or it had too much of a green undertone, or had too much of a blue undertone. So I just went with the blue, and I think it looks fine. So anyway, I'm really happy with that. So that's our fabric. And then I did add a few little pieces so I wouldn't forget where I wanted to put things, so that we wouldn't take all day. So here is our matchbook. If you haven't seen the video prior to this, please do go back to the video prior to this so that you know what we've done. So yeah, the one prior to this, it will say Matchbook Part 1. Matchbook Journal Part 1. Okay, so let's begin. I didn't decorate any further. All I did was I took a few pieces of paper. I did that. I went and I had some lunch, and here we are. So I'm just going to show you what I've done. I took a piece of paper. All I did was I folded that little piece that I had in my little scraps, and yeah, I folded it in half because I want to make this a little bit longer, because I want that to be a pocket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, see if I'm in frame, see how I'm leaving this long? So all I'm going to do is, and I fold it in half so I don't have to glue that side. All I have to do is glue this side like that. But I'm going to glue the edge of the bottom first. Then I'm going to slide it on and glue this edge, because I really want that deep pocket. Okay, but I don't want it to come down too long. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do first. And I'll show you. I mean, I'm going to put such an edge on this. It's going to get on. Oops, I picked it up by the top. I'm going to put such a thin line that I'll probably get it on my mat. So let's take my mat and just run this so that it's not coming out. Why isn't it coming out? Maybe I have to fill it. No, it's coming out. So I'm getting this more on my mat than I am on the paper, but I am going on the paper because I do want that pocket. So, sorry I went quiet. I have to concentrate when I go on this line. So as you can see, I'm getting more there. And now I'm just going to take this here. And I am going to kind of go like this. So I've really just got it on the edge because I want a lot. I want that pocket. I just want that pocket. And this cleans right up with my hand sanitizer. So it doesn't bother me that I get it on there. So, what have you been crafting today? I really want to know. Or have you been? Or have you had to work? It's such a beautiful day. Can you believe it is Memorial Day weekend? I can't believe it. So now I want this to come down long enough because see how that was short? So now I'm putting a little pocket on it. I mean, it can be short. It's not a problem. See what I almost did? Almost closed up my pocket. You want that to be open. And you want that to close like that. Wipe my hands. Take this. Oops. I'm going to run this here. Like that. Get all that glue off. And see how I went that way? I didn't go that way. And now I'm just going to close up that side. Doing the same thing. Oh, get back on there. Get back on there. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to go along this edge, but just the edge, and close it up and come this way. Wipe this on my towel because that goes right in the wash. This is my craft towel. It saves on paper. You know, paper towel. So now I have a pocket there. Did I go too long? I don't think so. I might have gone a little bit long, but that's okay. It's still going to close. Okay. And I can always trim it up a little bit if I have to. But now, as you can see, let me just take something here. I have a pocket. Now that takes too long, but that's okay. We can shut it up, you know, cut it off if we decide to put a tag in there. But so now I have a pocket on that side and a pocket on that side. Now for this one, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to close this up because I thought that could be a writing space. So all I'm going to do now is, again, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go along here, the edge, and I'm going to close it up here. Let's put that down. Sorry if my head's in the way. Push this down. Kind of stay in frame. So that's all I did. There and there. But I'm leaving this open. It's kind of like a little flip for writing. Okay. So now, for here, I have Just pull this over just a tad. Of course, using this glue, it's kind of hard to pull anything over a tad because once you have it down, you have it down. So there's our second page. So, okay, so now that's our cover. That's our first page. That's our second page. And when you do this, you can flip it this way and right, and there'll be a pocket here. Okay, I may trim that up a little bit to meet that, only because I want to. So let's do that. Well, let's finish with the rest of my little clips here. So again, I just did the same thing. I just wrapped this around. I'm going to, let's see, bring it down the right way. Because I had these all even, well, pretty much even. That's got to go up a little bit. So, yeah, no. Hold on, folks. Let me get in frame. Let me move this. So what I'm trying to do is kind of make each page so that it's, you know, even. And if I have to trim it up a little bit on each page, I will. But it doesn't really matter. So that's going to be like that. That will be like that. That will be like that. And then that. Our fabric. And then this. So far, so good. This will have to be cut a little bit because it will impinge this. So I'll have to cut that. But I'll do that after I glue this down. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get everything out of the way. Get my glue mat back, only because I don't want to get it on the glass, because then, you know, this I can clean later. So we know it's in the right spot. And it's even, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on that bottom edge. I hope I'm in frame because I know that I always pull it towards me. And I can't help it because it's hard to see. So let's hope it comes out because I didn't put my pin back. There we go. And I'm pushing it again this way so it doesn't go up inside that pocket. And then just come over here, and it's a little bit wide, but I can trim that little piece off. That's the good thing. And again, I'm using scraps, folks. That's the good thing about, you know, keeping your scraps. And like, these are scraps that I used from putting this together when we did it in part 1. So let me put these away, because if I don't, then, you know, it's just easy to put them away right away. Okay, so now I'll move this out of the way. And the only thing I have to trim up, let me just get this all set. And you want to, let me put my pin back in my bottle. There we go. So just like any other journal, remember I stitched it? You just want to, you know, go along your edge right there and make sure that everything's folding good. Okay, and that's that little piece of trim there. And like I said, I was going to use sari or like seam binding, but I just love that. I just love that piece, and I was so happy to have it there and to be able to use it right away. And it matches this. So you just want to kind of fold back your pages like this, because you know you have like your tea stain paper or what have you, and you know that's not perfect. So the only thing we have to trim really is this, and I am going to pull this back, and I am going to trim this. But I think there'll be enough glue there that I won't have to re-glue it. So let me just get my scissors and trim this so that it's even with this. I love decorating. I think this is like my favorite part of anything I make. And I feel like, you know, I might do this often. I might do a part 1 and part 2, because part 1, I always create it, and then you never really see the finished product. And I really like this. You know, when I was thinking about it, having lunch, I thought, you know what? I can do a part 1 and part 2 until I learn how to edit better. You know, do my pausing and things like that, and do my editing. And then you'll be able to see the finished product. So, and that's like the fun part. Like, I have so many finished products here that you guys haven't seen. I don't have a Facebook. Well, I do. I do sometimes put things on Facebook when I'm finished with them, so that you see the finished. But not a lot of you are in my groups, or maybe you are. I don't know. You know, I don't know. So, and let's see. Okay. Sorry about my sniffles, guys, but I really did enjoy my time yesterday. I'm going to fold this in a little bit more, only because it was kind of sticking out on the edge there, and I just really like that that folds out like that, like a journal, you know? Just an idea. You can decorate it, remember, it's yours. You can decorate it any way you want. You can put in pockets, so you don't have to put in pockets. You can put in tags, you don't have to put in tags. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so I know that the back has to, so this has to, okay, so this has to flip under and this has to flip up, which obviously is not going to be enough. So we're going to have to put an extension on that, because that, for strength and what have you, that has to flip up that way. I just have to make sure it's even, you know, so it looks nice. Okay, so I have to think about what I want to put there, which, I mean, I have a lot of pieces in here. Some of these are from the kit. Some of these are from just what I had in my stash. Like, this is from the kit. This is from the kit. And I want kind of, you know, I want this extension to come up big enough, because I might want to put something inside there, because I like layered covers. So let's see what this blue one might look like. Gosh, I wish it was green, because it would bring in the green shutters, you know. Let's look in here. No. No, 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 no. I'm just thinking, look. Or I could do this, and then that would be like this. Or if I cut this, hold on, I think I got it. Let me just move this in. Is this wide enough? I think it is. I think that really is wide enough. I'm going to do it. And then I am going to do this like this. So when I fold it up, it's just going to fold up this way. See, it's really hard because I'm thinking. Yeah, you can probably all hear me or smell my brain. So I want that to come up like this. I want this to come up. Okay, that's going to work. All right, let me glue this down on this edge right here. But before I do that, I'm going to do an Angela because that's going to get opened and closed, and I want that to have a lot of strength. So I'm just taking a piece of masking tape. You can get this at any hardware store, and I'm not kidding, it will last you forever. So I'm going to do an Angela here, what I call an Angela Kerr. And I am going to put a piece of washi tape there. Yes? Yes. So I'm going to put a piece of washi tape going across there. And see, you could even use that not washi tape, masking tape. I'm not going to use those because those will get my scissors all sticky. Actually, I think I'm just going to go right around there and make it even stronger. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, that works. Okay, so now I need for this to be like this. No, I don't. Sorry. I need this to come up like this, so I need this. Sorry, folks. I just have to see where I have to put this. So this is going to come up like this, but then that white will be there. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got it. I figured it out. Is that even? Should be. Now, I'm going to cut this across like this because I don't want any white space. So what I'm going to do is, because I want this, there we go. See, now I don't have any white space and that looks great. I think it looks great. I just have to cut off a little bit of this washi, this masking tape. Okay, sorry, I should have thought about this beforehand. Like, this was very important. Okay, so now we are going to have this come up. I just want to make sure it's going to be long enough because remember, we're not using staples. So this is going to be long enough to come up like that. Let me just move it down just a little touch more. But make sure I don't have any white space on the other side. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue this down and then trim it up if I have to. I hope I don't have to because it's just wide enough. I can always do washi or something that's inking or what have you. So now I'm just going to glue this down. By the way, the inspiration for a matchbook journal came from Nazy Bloom about 2 years ago. I looked in my notebook. I did put it in the description box. This is a different take, but basically the same. I just like to always cite my, where I got my ideas, because nothing's new. I even check Pinterest, because you never know. It might not be somebody on YouTube. It might be somebody on Pinterest that has like a blog. You just don't know. Oh no, puppy's crying. And you know what that means. And I can't pause my video, so I think she's okay. She just woke up. And we were out there and she fell asleep out there. So she's probably like, Mommy, why are you in there? Daisy. You can come. You can come in. Come on. It's okay. Gosh, the dog's wanting my iPad's pinging. I don't have it on my watch, but it is over there. So if it rings. Am I on? Oh my gosh, did I ever push the button? I did. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, let me just put a little bit of glue in here. Make sure that's nice and glued down. Okay, so I hope this isn't too confusing. I mean, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I know that there's an easier way. But I'm having fun. You can do it any way you want. I mean, just measure it longer, I guess. Okay, let me put my pen back in so it doesn't get dried up, because it dries up really fast. I don't know why, it just does. Okay, and wipe off my fingers. Get a little bit of... I don't know what I would do without hand sanitizer. It is just fabulous. Okay, so now, look at that. Oh my gosh, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of in the summertime when we used to wear, you know, headscarves. Oh, so cute. Oh my goodness, I just love this. Well, you all know, mini anything is just my favorite. Did I glue that down? Nope. It's like, why is that coming up? I might even put a little bit of tape under that. Yes, I will. You don't mind, do you? You're like, Cheryl, can you just get on with the project? Never mind about the tape. But I just want to make it strong. Because, yeah, it's a flap. And I want it to last forever. Just, yeah, my stuff. I mean, I had things for 4 years. I just pulled something down the other day, and it's like I just made it yesterday. And I love it. It was a challenge to make it, but I like it. Angela, thank you so much for this idea. I think it is just fabulous. And I remember now where she did it. She did it making something that I've made, that I made last night. So, which you'll see in a minute, because we're going to put this in it as soon as we're done, which will be very soon, because I'm almost done. I just wanted to show you kind of like how I'm finishing this off. It's okay, Daisy. You can come in. Meet everybody. Although I can't pick her up. Although she only weighs 13 pounds, but I still can't pick her up. She's a mini dachshund and she's 16. She's the dog with many lives. We keep feeling like we're going to lose her, and then we don't. She was actually paralyzed for 2 weeks. She jumped off the sofa and hurt herself. About 2 years ago, she used to just snuggle up on the sofa all the time, on her blanket, you know, get up and down and what have you. And well, she jumped off, and that was the end of that. We never thought she was going to walk again, and neither did the vet. But she did. Yeah, she did. Little by little. Dogs are amazing. So are cats. I mean, they just have a million lives. And they're our life. They are our lives. They are our joy. I tell you what, they don't talk back. Don't have to worry about their grades in school. Well, at least I used to worry about my kids' grades in school. I worry about my grades in school, and I'm taking an online class that doesn't give grades. Jeez Louise. Okay, so now we're all done with our little matchbook. And now I need something to wrap around it, which, because I want to be able to unflap that. And I'm wondering, I was thinking about this yellow ribbon. This is one of Angela's ribbons, but I don't know if that's gonna, oh, I'll have to save that for a scrap. You can use paper, you don't have to use ribbon. Shall I use paper? Maybe I shall, but I really don't want to lose that pretty here. You know, I think that looks so pretty. Okay guys, help me out. I just love this little fabric back here. I just want to show you how we're going to keep it closed before we get too late, because I can always continue decorating. I think I will use the ribbon. If I had a thin piece of yellow, I would use paper. But because I don't, I'm going to go ahead and use the ribbon. And what I want to do is I want to bring this ribbon around like this, right? And then I want to make sure it's even. And then I'm going to take my Fabri-Tac and I'm going to tack that down. And so instead of a staple, this will simply now, oops, this will come up like this. Sorry. No, wait a minute. Stop. Let me think about this for a second, because I've always used paper. How did I do this before? Okay, so, yeah, no, we want this to flap down. So we want to be able to slide this off, is what we want to do. Do we? Let me think about how I did this before. I know I did paper. I think I just slid it. So you want to leave it loose enough. I did. I slid it off. I did. I slid it off. So because I'm using ribbon, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. Okay. So all I did was I took a piece of ribbon and I put it across the front like this. Let me see if there's two sides to this. And there is. See? So I'm taking the piece of ribbon. Oops. Pull this up. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't glue that down. Let me glue that down first. It'll be easier. Just glue this piece down. I might have used a little bit too much glue. No. Whew. I didn't want to get sticky fingers. Okay. So now that's glued down. This is going to come up over like this. I did make it a little bulky, didn't I? But it's okay. I love it. I simply adore this. I think it's so adorable. So now what I'm going to do is pull this fabric over a little bit. And you don't have to put fabric in it, but I just think it looks so sweet. So I'm going to put this up here like this. And then I'm going to take my ribbon and I am going to bring it around and make sure I have enough. Okay. So I'm going to kind of overlap it I'm just going to go ahead and overlap it so that I have enough. And I can slide that right off. You see? So there's no staple, and I'm not using the right scissors, but that's okay. I am actually going to go ahead and use because that gives a cute edge. And I'm going to put a cute edge on this too. These are just my pinking shears. There we go. All right, so piece of paper or a ribbon. We're going to go around like this, and I am overlapping it like this, and I am just going to put some glue here. Now this has like an embroidery on it, or a slow stitch, straight stitch on it, so I just wanted to make sure it was going, you know, it wasn't backwards or inside out or upside down. So I'm just putting a little bit of Fabri-Tac on that, not a lot. And just spread it a little bit so it doesn't come through my ribbon. And just, I mean, I don't want it real tight, but tight enough to keep it closed, obviously. But I want to be able to slide it on and off my project. And now what I'm going to do, because you know how I love to have layered tops, I am going to find something. Now this I cut out of a magazine, but it's too big. It says be strong. I love that, but I think I'll put that someplace else. I had another piece that actually went with the kit. It's like a little postcard I was hoping would fit in it perfect. Or you could put a tag, like, this is honey. What's the back? I don't know if I have anything cut out for that. Let me put my, see, I get all messy. I'm all messy again. Have this. Hold on 1 second. I don't think it matters. I'm going to put this in the front because that can be like a little writing card. And I'll put something on the back of that. So then you take this off and you have this. And then you can actually either flip this up and leave that on if you want. You know, you could leave that on. You don't have to take it off. But I like to take it off. I mean, I think it's easier. Just make sure you know where to put it. And perhaps we could even put a ball pin there or something. And then put something there, and you could push your thing there to hold, you know, when you're writing in it. But here's another pocket. So I'll go like, say this. That's from the kit. Or maybe this might fit. A little bit long. But let's just cut this one out. This is a journaling card. And like I said, I can back these later. But I want to show you how adorable this can be when you're all done. Especially with this kit. Or any one of the kits. You know, to be honest, well, no, this is the Spring Splendor. I'm sorry. This is Spring Splendor ephemera. I get confused because I have both kits printed. Her last year's spring kit and her this year's spring kit and the mini kit. So, oh, how adorable. Oh, and it fits. Great. Now, I do have some of this that I thought I would put. Just, I'm going to cut this here. Now, I thought I would put this here, something like this. I'd have to trim it up a little bit, but it would give writing space and kind of get rid of the white space. I probably should have left that longer. I will, and I'll snip that down a little bit. See? So what I'll do is I'll glue it to here. Where are we in time? That's fine. I think we've got time. Because I have to show you what I'm going to put it in. And I have words and sentiments and things. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a pocket? That's a pocket. I don't want to cover up the pocket. I don't mind if I cover the pocket up on this side. Because I have a pocket on the other side. But maybe what I'll do is go to the pocket. How's that? That sounds good. Go along the edge. Go along the edge. And I'll trim this up. Like so. And I'm going right up to there. And down like that. And I don't want to lose the pocket, so I'm just going to fold this up to here so I don't lose the pocket. Because, I mean, that's why I put the pocket there. So I'm just going to give this kind of a burnish so I can tear it with my ruler. Okay. Excuse my reach. Get my ruler. Isn't this fun? Now don't throw that away. That's a great scrap. Put that in your scrap bin. Did I get that pocket closed? Let's move this up a little bit. Let's put this underneath the pocket. Ha! I'm so smart. No, I'm not bragging. I'm really not. It's just a happy mistake. It's a very happy mistake. That's all. It fit right under there. So I'm just going to glue this here. Just put a dab of glue there. It'll spread. And then just trim it up. I got a little bit of white there, but maybe I have some time to move it a little bit. Nope. But there's always ink or washi. That's what it's for, right? And let me just take this, fold it back, and I'm just going to trim along this edge without getting my threads because I don't want to cut any of those. The other reason why I did that is I wanted to show you can stitch after you've got it put together. Yes, of course. I'm so glad slow stitching's coming back, or embroidery. I really am. I used to cross stitch a lot. My mother-in-law was so good. She hand stitched so many things. She embroidered, she did crewel work, she didn't do a lot of cross stitch. Cross stitch was very easy for me, and if she did do cross stitch, it was on linen and she would count the threads. She was that good. Yes, she was. She was that good. I'm just going to take my ruler and make sure I didn't impede my pocket on that side or on this side. So now I bet I can get a tag in there. Up. I'll have to close that up. I forgot. But all I'd have to do, which looks like I probably didn't cut this all the way anyway. And I'll show you another thing you can do with tags, which is lots of fun. So I'll back that, and that will go in here, like so. I'll probably have to cut a little bit more of this off to fit in the pocket. There we go. And that will fit nicely. So we have a tag. I don't know what I'll put in there yet. We have some writing space. Take this out. We have writing space here, writing space here, writing space if you wanted to. Flip this up, you have writing space, you have writing space. You have this cutie, which I thought would be really fun if I could find a sentiment. Now I know, oh, sentiments would be in here. Oh, I wanted to show you something. This is another good idea. If you want to put your flowers, your dried flowers, in something and you don't have cellophane, take your envelope, take an envelope, any envelope, Where did that go? I had the other piece because I wanted to show you. Look at all these pieces I have. I have so many pieces in here to use. I'll have to use them tomorrow in tomorrow's project. Anyway, this is the window from the envelope, and I just put my pressed flower in there. I, folded the envelope and I put my pressed flower in there. And then I just decorated around it. Where is the piece of that envelope? The window part of the envelope. Oh dear. I knew I had it because I left a piece out so I could show you. But oh, look. If you ever want to press your, to put a pressed flower, this is a hydrangea. This is last year, so it's lost a lot of its color, but it's still really pretty. So you just take and you fold this in half. It's just part of your envelope. You just fold it in half. You put your flower in there, right? Then you could watercolor this, or what I did, I typically will watercolor it or use acrylic. But for that one, or many of those, I used that. So then you could fold this over, for strength if you wanted to. And then this would fold under, right? Then you just put your flower in there, however you want. I'm getting off the subject, but I just had to show you this because I just think it's cool. Look at, this is from my last, it doesn't matter. I can't think of the name of it, I'm too excited. So then you take a piece of flower, any flower, this is a rose. Watch how simple this is. I always have to show you my ideas. So then you do this, right? Now, you can paint it before or after, but there you go. It is so incredibly simple. Oh gosh, we could even make a little matchbook out of that. Anyway, no, see? Wandering. I need a squirrel. I'm gonna borrow Corey's. So anyway, that would go in there, right? And then you could put other leaves or what have you. And look, there you go. How simple. I just figured that out the other day. I'm like, all that time I've been spending. And then, yeah, just make sure you fold it right. And then you just watercolor it, paint it, cover it up like I did with some of the paper, some scraps. Put a little hole in there. It became, oh, so many things. Okay, so done with that. All right. So that's it. I could even put a little pocket back here, but I won't. I might. I don't know yet. But I could. And then I have these film strips. They're not Angela's. They are a new friend of mine who I met on Instagram. She is so sweet. I will leave her information in either this description box or my next video tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, because we'll be using these tomorrow. I thought I might use a couple today, just to decorate, but I think I've got, enough in here for now to give you the point of what to do. We have another pocket there that we could, and then, you can decorate it up with flowers. I have lots of sentiments, lots of words. Like this says, hear the silent music. This says, in her studio. I mean, just go through your magazines and pick out words and things. Like this says, this would be too big for this, but it says, I was in search of calm and peace in a world that appeared quite disjointed to me. See, that would be perfect for here because I just love nature. I'm just going to stick it in here because I might put it someplace. Let's see. And then we have all of these. Now, I've made these smaller, but they come bigger but this says, there are always flowers for those who want to see them. These are Angela's sentiments, and I do have them printed bigger. These come with the kit. It says birds are singing, so that would be perfect for one of the pages, you know, like on the pocket here or on the back here. Birds are singing. You can put birds, you can do butterflies. I mean, there's just so many things you could do with this. Just so many. Like for this pocket right here, I've got a tag, but I could also put this little flower there. How adorable is that? I really need to remember to glue that up. Let me just do that now so that I remember and so that you can remember too. So I'll just put a little skiff right along that edge. And like I said, the sky is the limit. The sky's the limit, guys. The sky's the limit. Always. When you're crafting, the sky is the limit. But I just love this kit. I'm going to cut a little bit more off the bottom of this so it doesn't get in my glue. Here we go. And it fits perfectly. And then I've got my little flower there. So when I lift it up, it's not going to go anywhere. That's definitely not going to go anywhere. And then I could put one of these folded, and then you could write on the back of it. So it's just a film strip. I hate using something in a project and not being able to put something in my description box as to where I got it. So I probably shouldn't use this in today's project, but I'm giving you an idea. So what you could do is you could simply place this in here, and now you've got more writing space. Okay? Another idea. I do have other tags from other kits. Oh, that would be pretty because of the blue, but no, too matchy-matchy, right? There's blue. We don't want that. So I'd have to put a pocket here because of this white space is... not that it's a big deal that it's white, but it would look pretty if I had a pocket there, and then I could put this blue tag here, which would match this blue paper. Okay? And then I don't know what I'd do in here. Maybe a pocket. Look at all these pockets, guys. You could put a bunch of sentiments in here to give you inspiration for when you're writing. This says, no, that doesn't say really anything. Oh, look, most inspired. This says, there are always flowers for those who want to see them. And this says, like wildflowers, you must allow yourself to grow in all the places people thought you never would. I just love Emerson. And these I printed at 50%, so 2 to a page. They come bigger. So just so you know. And then, I don't know, maybe just a piece of blue paper someplace. So you could have a little piece to write a song lyric on or what have you. I mean, there's just so many things you could do to decorate it and to have this sweet book. Now you're wondering, okay, Cheryl, you promised, what are we going to put it in? I'm going to show you. Let me put the bottom back on, show you how simple that is. Look, very simple. You just put it back on. No staples, nothing. And once we have that back on, this would fit in a journal pocket. I mean, I did bulk it up a little bit because I'm going to use it as a journal because I love mini journals. So I did have a tag for this. I thought I did. I'll put this one in there. Okay? It kind of layers it up a little bit. Wait a minute. hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. This says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. I took this out of a magazine. There we go. See? And then we could add this. It's a little girl riding a bike, and she's got hydrangeas in a little basket on her bike. Is that adorable? So sweet. I could just keep filling. Oh, and then this. I don't know what it is, but I thought it was cute. Could add that. And now you've got this adorable journal. Is that this? It's just adorable. It's so cute. And this just reminds me of a headscarf, like we used to wear, you know? I know you all did. I did. They still do. Okay, so that's enough for decorating. Want to see what I'm going to put it in? Wait. Are you ready? Let me untie it. This is the big reveal of something more that I'm going to be making. Now, this is done. I printed this at 75%. You can get this in Angela's shop. Okay. Let me put it in first, and then I'll show you. I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to tie it up, and then I'll show you what I did. Wait a minute. I did that. I left this really long because I didn't know how long I was going to need it. Look. Yes, it's in there. A little journal is in here. This is just some white sari. I dye my own sari, okay? But you can get sari anywhere. I'll be selling it in my shop, but you can get it anywhere, okay? So I just put a sari ruffle on the back, okay? And then I make my ruffles, and then they're glued on. And then that's the front. I put a little brad here. And you open it up. This is printed at 75% because I knew I was going to put this in here. And then you open it up. And then to cover the brad legs, you know what I told you? Keep those little ribbon pieces. If you buy Angela's ribbon, keep those little pieces. Okay? Because if you do, then, you know, she packages her ribbon so it stays safe. Oh, look, I was going to use all of these, too, on that. There's so many things I can put on that journal. But we could put them in a little pouch, right? You could add so much to this pouch. So much. What a great gift. Anyway, I printed this at 75%, and I am in love. I could have made these all night. It took about, I want to say 15 minutes to put this together. Is that not the most adorable? I'm going to be making these out of fabric as well because it's all there for you. It just comes exactly like this, and all you do is fold, fold. You glue this part onto this part, and then, yeah. So I will leave the link to Angela's video where she creates this. I didn't want to create it because she's already created it. But I can if you want me to, if you don't visit Angela's channel. But I highly suggest that you do because she does a great job on creating these. And I'll show you what they look like, the bigger size. I only printed a couple. But, so then I put the brad in. I covered the brad with a little piece of that ribbon that she sends her ribbon in, which I don't have any on my desk. They're all put away. Dang. It's okay. Anyway, you know, just a little piece of paper that she puts on her ribbon. That's what I put there. Isn't that adorable? Oh, but she does have the circles too, which you could cover that with. So it's fine. So then I just use one of my brads. It's a little flower. And you just bring it down like this. And how did I do it? I think I went around and back and around. It doesn't matter. And then, yeah. And then you have this sweet little pouch for your little matchbook journal. And you could keep it on your bedside. You could keep it on your table in your living room all summer, and just, you know, if you hear a song lyric or a poem. Am I too excited? I think I am. I think that is just the most darling thing in the whole world. And the greatest thing about it is you don't have to just make a matchbook to go in there. You could make a little journal. See, like, you know the little journal I made in the tin can? I was thinking, I don't have to make it in a tin can. I can make it and slide it right inside here, because the journal took no time at all. It was the tin can that takes all the time. You know, it was just so sweet. Or you could make even a mini journal like this one and give it as a gift. I think this was a Mother's Day kind of thing that she came out with. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. It's all lined, just like you would if you made a fabric one. I can't wait to make this in fabric. It's going to be all, oh my goodness, it's going to be so sweet. And then I just put this little fabric ruffle on the sari ruffle on the back. And I'm not kidding. Like 15 minutes I was done. I'm like, okay, I need to make more. And this is just, you know, embroidery floss. Could use whatever you wanted. But I just thought that was adorable. So yeah. So there you go. There is our matchbook journal and our little matching sort of, well, yeah, it matches. I think it matches great. See? Well, of course it matches if it came from all the same kit, except for some of these magazine pages, which I can take those out and put back in those little journaling cards that I had in there. So you can see it with kit things. Oh, look, and look. Real quick. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep you, but that little piece I cut off, look, it's still got the envelopes. Yeah, so you could even put that in there and it would match. Look. Clever. Wait a minute, I think it's upside down. Yes, it is. It goes this way. But it's so clever. It all matches. I just love it. But if you didn't want to be real matchy, you could do this. But definitely don't get rid of that scrap, because, I mean, it's so perfect there. And we want to kind of layer it. So we want to do this. And we want to do this. Oh. Come on. Come on. And put this down here. And look. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I know. I get real excited about silly things, but it's so adorable, so sweet. I just love it, and I hope you did too. So that's it for today, folks. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon and evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you again tomorrow, because as I was creating today, I got back all my inspiration. Yeah. So deconstruct those magazines, relax, have some painting time, and craft. And remember, if you don't feel like it, get out your crayons and color outside the lines. Until tomorrow, be well, be kind, and God bless. Love y'all. Bye-bye.